Hello my dear students, this is Dr. Amita Telang, Assistant Professor Computer Science, Gurukul Mahila Mahavidyalay, Raipur. PGDCA second semester students, we were dealing with database management system subject and we were discussing unit number 3. In unit number 3, we will discuss today standalone and embedded query languages. First of all, let us discuss what are the usage of standalone and embedded query languages. So as you all know that database languages are meant for dealing with database. They are used only to query table, views, manipulate data using insert, update, delete or set of transactions can be executed one after the other to modify set of table or views. But all these transactions can be performed by a good database developer or SQL programmer. But in real time, these database developers or programmers will not be using the database. Actual use of database is for normal users, means us, for whom database is a black box. In order to make easy for the normal user application, UI or forms are created where user can enter his value or requirement. Hence, user need not have any knowledge about the database. But here one need comes in existence, that application have to communicate with database. Okay? Applications are developed using general purpose languages like C, C++, Java, etc., which are used to get UI, forms, etc. They are not meant for any database activities. And database languages like SQL, SQL servers, etc., they are meant only for database activities. Hence, both application languages and database languages are completely different from each other. But in order to make application programs to work, database is compulsory, and for any database to be used by the user application, UI is must. Hence, both are dependent on each other. So this gap between application program and SQL is bridged by the use of embedded SQL or dynamic SQL. These SQLs provide the utility to use SQLs inside the application languages like C, C++, Java, etc., and make these applications to communicate with database. Hence, user submits a request or enters a value in the form. He gets the result what he requested. Now, I would like to light some concepts regarding embedded SQL. So, like we said above, that embedded SQL is one of the SQL language which combines the high level language with the database language like SQL. It allows application languages to communicate with database and get requested result. The high level language which support embedded SQLs within it are also known as host language. So there are different host languages which support embedding SQL within it, like C, C++, ADA, Pascal, Fortran, Java, etc. So when SQL is embedded with C or C++, then it is known as Pro C or C++, or simply Pro C language. So Pro C is the most commonly used embedded SQL. So let us see some of the important points regarding this. So when SQL is embedded within C language, the compiler processes the compilation in two steps. It first extracts all the SQL codes from the program, and the pre-compiler will execute the other part of this. So the C compiler will compile the code. Here you can see that your C compiler, it will compile the code in two steps, one for SQL and other for application program. Now one more point we have to discuss here about this, that when SQL is embedded in C programming language, the C compiler will not understand which the syntax of C is and which syntax of SQL is. Okay, so it needs to be clearly differentiate the, and compiler should know which is C and SQL. So this is very important as pre-compiler, which first extract all the SQL embedded in it to compile it at database level. Then it will be embedded in the C code, which will be compiled by the C compiler to get executable code. All the embedded SQLs are processed by exec SQL and ends with semicolon. So let us see below how C code is differentiated from SQL. So in order to continue this topic, I would like to say that connection to database, it is very important when we are embedding a high level language with any database language. So here connection to database, we have to learn this thing, that how can database be connected to any application programming language. Now let us see some of the differences between embedded and standalone SQL. So first of all, in static or embedded SQL, we can use both the terms, okay, embedded or static, and dynamic or interactive. So here we are going to give some light on the differences between static or dynamic SQL. So in static SQL, how database will be accessed is predetermined in embedded SQL, and dynamic SQL, how database will be accessed, it is determined. Static, it is more swift and efficient. Dynamic, it is less swift and efficient. In static, SQL statements are compiled at compile time, and in dynamic SQL, they are compiled at runtime. In static SQL, parsing, validation, optimization and generation of application plan are done at compile time. But in dynamic SQL, parsing, validation, optimization and generation of application plan are done at runtime. It is the difference here. In static SQL or embedded SQL, it is generally used for situation when data is distributed uniformly. In dynamic or interactive SQL, it is generally used for situation where data is distributed non-uniformly. In static, execute, immediate, execute and prepare statements, they are not used, but in dynamic they are used. Static is less flexible, but dynamic is more flexible. Here are some limitations of dynamic SQL, that we cannot use some of the SQL statements dynamically, and performance of these statements is poor as compared to static SQL. Limitations of static SQL, they do not change at runtime, thus are hard coded into application. So that's it for this topic. I hope you understand it well. Thank you very much for listening.